Hey, welcome to today's video. After years of battling in the love field, I've realized that to win over a girl, don't use logic, hit her emotions directly. And the trick I'm about to reveal is listening like a therapist. It sounds high level, right? But actually, it's extremely simple. When a guy starts a conversation, she will scan him in a split second. In her mind at that time, there are only 3 folders: future boyfriend, sworn brother, and next. In the past, I always got stuck in the last category. The reason? Because I was a communication failure. Every time I met a girl, I was awkward, clumsy, even sometimes you guys are even more pathetic than me, because at least I have some troubleshooting secrets to compensate. So, what is listening like a therapist? How to apply it effectively? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover the next secrets. As time passed, I gradually shed the label of good, studious boy. I began to learn how to communicate, to integrate into society. But, ironically, when talking to girls, I was stuffed into the friend-zone drawer. That feeling was really uncomfortable, like I had just climbed up a step of the stairs and then fell back down. I wondered, why? Where did I go wrong? Where is the secret? Not accepting fate, I plunged into learning how women think. I plowed through all kinds of books, magazines on female psychology. And then the truth was also revealed. The fragile boundary between boyfriend and rain brother is emotion. If you want her to see you as the man of her dreams, you have to know how to touch her heart. Talk with emotions, not logic. Comment below, high-value man, to show your determination. And without further ado, I will share it with you. Secret tip 1. Evoke her emotions. Have you ever wondered, why am I always stuck in the friend zone? What is the fine line between boyfriend and rain brother? The answer lies in the ability to touch her emotions. A friend brings comfort, safety, familiarity. But a lover, in addition to those things, must also ignite the flame of passion, excitement, and even challenges. Think about it. Why are there guys who are only emotional support, while others become the male lead in her love story? Because they understand the art of emotional connection. They know how to balance security with unexpected nudges, keeping her constantly engaged. Don't misunderstand this as a manipulation or game-playing technique. It is simply the art of mastering emotions, knowing when to be a strong shoulder, when to stir her soul. In today's chaotic world, where relationships easily become bland, the ability to create emotional waves is what helps you score points in her eyes. Let me tell you this story from a friend of mine. Our male protagonist is a guy named Ken, an extremely kind and gallant person. Ken has a colleague named Lily. When it comes to caring, Ken is truly number 2. No one dares to be number 1. Lily is sad. Ken is there to comfort her. Lily needs help. Ken is always ready. Even when Lily moved, Ken also volunteered to be the porter. However, no matter how dedicated Ken is, Lily still only sees him as a friend. The secret lies in the fact that Ken never dared to step out of the safe zone of friendly conversations. Then one day, the supporting male lead appears. His name is Chris, a new colleague of Lily's. Chris also listens to Lily, but doesn't stop there. He also knows how to make jokes that make Lily laugh uncontrollably, occasionally teases Lily, even provokes her to create fiery debates. Chris has awakened in Lily all kinds of emotions, from joy, curiosity, to a little annoyance. It was this emotional game that made Lily fall head over heels for Chris. Now, let's relate this to the Stoic philosophy of happiness. Stoicism teaches us to master our emotions, to remain calm in the face of all storms. But that doesn't mean being insensitive. It means understanding your emotions and using them effectively. When pursuing a relationship, remember, the strength of the Stoic man lies in his ability to stand his ground while creating deep emotional connections. They are not afraid of rejection, not dependent on the recognition of others. They communicate with sincerity and bravery, understanding their own worth. Ask yourself, am I touching her emotions, or am I just a safe shadow beside her? Am I challenging her to explore new emotional levels with me, or am I content with superficial interactions? Understanding this difference is the key to escaping the friend zone and becoming the man she truly desires. By combining emotional intelligence and Stoic philosophy, you can create a bond that goes beyond physical attraction or shared interests. It is a connection on a soul and intellectual level. Remember, to conquer her heart, you must be a master of emotional connection. Apply Stoic philosophy to your interactions. Stand your ground, subtly evoke emotions, and build a relationship that is both safe and exciting. That's the way for you to transform from Rain Brother to Prince Charming in her eyes. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In your opinion, what is the importance of emotional safety? The key lies in you cultivating a Stoic mindset, mastering your own emotions, and exuding the confidence and calmness of a brave man. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Your power lies in how you make her feel through calm but purposeful actions. When you apply the Stoic philosophy to self-mastery, you will naturally become the type of man who evokes strong emotions in her, from curiosity, excitement, to comfort and trust. Let me reveal to you, in reality, what do you need to do? Pay attention to her world, care about the little things she shares, and respond in ways that show you appreciate her uniqueness. When she's by your side, she feels both safe and a little bit challenged in an exciting way. She will naturally associate those strong emotions with you. And this is where the concept of Stoicism comes into play. Not controlling her, but mastering yourself. Strong men know how to balance Stoic detachment with emotional intelligence, creating an attraction that makes her always want to be by your side. Remember, when you evoke her emotions, you are not only arousing desire, but also building a deep connection on a soul level. That is why there are men who always stand out from the crowd, attract and are always noticed by women. Technique 2. Listening like a therapist. In a relationship, sincere listening is like a kind of golden key that unlocks the soul of the person you're with. Not everyone has the ability to listen like a therapist. That is, listening without judgment, without interruption, and always making the other person feel understood. When you truly listen to her, not just with your ears, but with your whole heart, you'll see her start to open up about her deepest thoughts and feelings. This is where you create true intimacy, a powerful connection that goes beyond everyday conversation. Truly listening is not simply sitting there and nodding your head in feigned interest. It requires you to truly put yourself in the other person's shoes. According to existential philosophy, each person has their own world, with hidden corners that can only be understood through sincere sharing. By listening deeply, you are gradually stepping into that person's world, learning about the values and emotions they carry within. This not only helps you understand the other person better, but also helps you learn to love and respect their differences. As Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Your strength lies in your ability to control your emotions and create a safe space where the other person can freely share." Imagine you're talking to the girl you like. She's just had a terrible day at work. If you rush to offer solutions, or worse, ignore her feelings, you'll miss the opportunity to connect with her. Instead, sit down and listen sincerely. Ask open-ended questions so she can share more about what happened. A simple sentence like, "I understand you had a tough day today. Would you like to talk more about it?" can make her feel more respected and understood. It is in these moments that your relationship will deepen, as she senses that you are not just a listener, but someone who is always there to share all the joys and sorrows. Another example is when you remember the small details she has mentioned. Suppose she once told you about a childhood memory. When she was little, she loved to hear fairy tales in the evenings. Pay attention, and at an appropriate time, ask again about those stories, about how she felt when she heard those stories from her mother or grandmother. Just such a small but subtle action is enough to let her know that she really pay attention to and cherish the little things in her life. Listening not only helps you understand her better, but also helps you evoke good emotions, making her feel closer and safer. Listening skills are like a solid foundation for building quality and lasting relationships. When you become a true listener, you not only help the other person open up and feel understood, but also help yourself become a reliable companion. Listening is not just to give advice or solve problems, but more importantly, to create a sincere connection, to let the other person feel your presence. So, focus on listening with all your heart, and you will be rewarded with truly meaningful and deep relationships. Technique 3. Pay attention to the little things. Paying attention to the little things in a relationship not only shows your thoughtfulness, but it's also the key to touching her heart. Sometimes you don't need grand gestures. Simply listening and remembering her likes, dislikes, or those small details she mentions is enough to move her. For example, if she casually mentions that she likes sunflowers, surprising her with a bouquet of sunflowers will surely make her feel cherished. These small actions are a powerful affirmation that you care about her and pay attention to her, not overlooking even the smallest details. Ancient Greek philosophy, especially Stoicism, emphasizes the importance of paying attention to the present and your surroundings. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Paying attention to the little things in a relationship is a way to nurture and develop your connection, creating a deep and lasting bond. This goes beyond just listening. It's about observing, remembering, and acting upon what your partner shares, showing that you're not just a good friend, but someone who understands and knows how to care for her in a special way. For example, imagine you and she have had a conversation about musical tastes, and she mentioned liking a particular band. One day, you send her a song by that band, or surprise her with tickets to their concert. This action will certainly leave a lasting impression, because it not only shows that you care, but also that you understand her tastes. Such actions create the feeling that you are truly listening to and respecting her world. Never underestimate the power of remembering these little details. They are the fabric of emotions and joy in a relationship. It not only helps her feel special, but also acts as a bridge for the two of you to build an increasingly strong relationship. This also shows that you are truly investing time and emotion into the relationship, not just staying at a superficial level. Technique 4. Humor and lightheartedness. In any relationship, humor can be an incredibly effective tool for creating connection and comfort. When you know how to use humor subtly, it helps break the ice in communication, lighten the mood, and can even evoke positive emotions in the other person. Humor is not just about harmless jokes. It's a bridge that brings safety and comfort to both sides. A genuine laugh will reduce tension, make it easier for her to open up and share. Connecting this to philosophy, we can see that humor is similar to how philosophers view the world, with lightness, calmness, and without taking things too seriously. For example, in Stoic philosophy, maintaining a calm mind and not letting life's difficulties take away your serenity is essential. A well-timed smile, a humorous but meaningful statement, can be a way for you to face life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius, one of the famous Stoics, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is also true in communication and relationship building, where humor helps you control the atmosphere instead of letting it dominate your emotions and those of others. To clearly illustrate this argument, imagine the following situation. You are going out with her and encounter an unexpected situation like a sudden downpour when neither of you has an umbrella. If you show frustration or anxiety, the atmosphere will immediately become heavy. But if you can joke that, "It seems like the weather wants to test our love today," or "No problem, we'll create a memorable rainy adventure together," you will make her laugh and feel more comfortable. That's how humor and lightheartedness help turn a difficult situation into a fun memory, creating a deeper emotional connection. Humor is like a magic trick that changes the atmosphere. A gentle statement, a funny joke at the right time can make her feel that you are a reliable person who can make her happy and feel safe even in difficult situations. However, the important thing here is subtlety and timing. It's not always appropriate to joke, and not all types of humor are appropriate. Listen and feel the atmosphere before you decide to use humor to diffuse the situation. A man who knows how to balance seriousness and lightheartedness is the one who can make a lasting impression on women. In conclusion, well-timed humor not only makes you more attractive in her eyes, but also creates a safe, comfortable environment for both of you to share and understand each other. To become a truly attractive man, you need to know how to combine humor with the ability to listen and understand. This is how you build a quality relationship where both of you feel respected and loved. Start applying humor subtly in your conversations, and don't forget that listening is still the core foundation for creating a lasting and deep relationship. Technique 5. Let her do more of the talking. One crucial secret to deeply connecting with a woman is allowing her to do more of the talking. This might sound counterintuitive, but ideally, 70% of the conversation should come from her, while you contribute around 30%. You might be wondering, why should I speak less? The secret lies in the very nature of emotional connection. Women often connect with others through open and deep conversations. When she speaks, she's not just telling stories or random details, she's giving you a glimpse into her world, her values, and her emotions. This allows you to understand her on a deeper level, which is key to building a strong and meaningful relationship. This philosophy aligns with existentialism, which encourages us to be true to ourselves and take the time to listen and understand others. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre emphasized the importance of perceiving the world through the experiences of others to broaden our perspectives and understanding. By letting a woman express her emotions and thoughts, you are opening the door to her inner world, helping her feel heard and completely understood. This creates closeness and trust, two essential elements for a genuine romantic relationship. Imagine a conversation between two people where the man constantly talks about himself, sharing stories, experiences, and personal opinions. Meanwhile, the woman can only occasionally interject with a few words of agreement or a quick question. Will she feel deeply connected, or will she feel tired and unable to share her own world? On the other hand, if you know how to listen and actively encourage her to share, you are creating an environment where she can freely express herself. Open-ended questions and showing interest in the small details she shares will help her feel valued and appreciated. For example, if she talks about difficulties at work, instead of immediately offering advice, you can ask more about her feelings and what caused her to feel that way. This is not just about understanding, but also about encouraging her to explore and express herself freely. The secret here is not that you have nothing to say, but that you know how to use silence strategically to create space for her. Remember, silence is not an empty void. It's an opportunity for the other person to express themselves and open up. Quality listening is a skill that needs to be practiced, and it demonstrates your maturity and confidence. When you don't need to dominate the conversation, you are showing that you don't need to impress with words, but with your presence and genuine interest. In conclusion, To build a lasting and meaningful relationship, remember that listening is not just about hearing what she says, but also understanding the depths of her emotions. Let her do more of the talking, and you'll find that the relationship will develop in a much deeper way. Don't forget, sincere listening not only helps you escape the friend zone, but also helps you become the man she truly desires. Listen, understand, and you will build the quality and depth of connection you desire. Technique 6. 36 questions to build emotional intimacy. In a relationship, emotional intimacy is not simply about physical closeness, but also a deep connection of souls and minds. This is where the 36 questions to build emotional intimacy, developed by psychologist Arthur Aaron, can have a powerful effect. These questions are not the usual small talk you might hear in a casual encounter. Instead, they are carefully designed to go beyond superficial masks, straight to the depths of personal emotions and thoughts, helping two people easily feel empathy and trust in each other. When answering these questions, both sides not only share private things, but also open up vulnerable parts of their souls, something that is not easily done in everyday conversation. Connecting to Stoic philosophy, answering and sharing according to this set of questions requires the courage to be open and in control of one's emotions. Stoicism encourages us to face our emotions, not avoid them, and it is this openness and sincerity when faced with these questions that will help build true intimacy. That doesn't mean you have to expose all your vulnerable emotions in an uncontrolled way, but that you understand them and are not afraid to share them with your partner. The ability to accept vulnerability and not be afraid to reveal your weaknesses is the key to connecting with others in a deep and meaningful way. When faced with questions that require honesty and deep reflection, you not only share your thoughts, but also open your heart to let the other person understand more about your true self, which helps strengthen the bond and trust between you. For example, one of the famous questions in this set of 36 questions is, if you could choose anyone in the world, who would you invite to dinner? This seems like a simple question, but it reveals a lot about a person's values, passions, and what they really care about. Or a question like, what is the most important thing you have learned from life? Will open up a discussion about personal lessons, valuable experiences that the person has gone through, from which two people can understand each other on a deeper level, touching the truth, fears, and dreams of each other. When these stories are shared, a strong connection is built because we not only see each other through good things, but also through weaknesses and vulnerabilities. It is these emotions that are the foundation for creating true intimacy. To effectively apply this set of 36 questions, you need to be equipped with active and sincere listening skills. When the other person shares about important and vulnerable things, you need to show interest and respect, not interrupt, not judge, but truly receive their story. It is a skill that requires patience and empathy. This listening like a therapist will help nurture trust and emotional connection in a sustainable way. When you know how to create conditions for the other person to comfortably share, you not only help them open up, but also make your relationship deeper and more meaningful. Therefore, try applying Arthur Aaron's 36 questions to your important relationships, not just in love, but also in friendships and family. These questions will help you and the other person understand each other better, build a relationship that goes beyond superficiality, and create a deep and genuine emotional connection. Remember, intimacy doesn't happen naturally. It's built from sincere moments, from wholeheartedly listening and sharing. When you dare to face and go through vulnerable emotions together, that's when true intimacy blossoms. To capture her heart, you need to be a man who is both strong and capable of deep emotional connection. This requires you to not only know how to express strength and decisiveness, but also to be able to understand and touch her deepest emotions. A truly attractive man is not someone who simply impresses with his looks or flashy possessions. but someone who can create a genuine connection on a soul and intellectual level. Attracting a woman's heart requires you to master your own emotions. Stoic philosophy, derived from wise men like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, teaches us how to master our minds and not let negative emotions distract us. This means you have to stand your ground and not let external factors influence your emotions. When you are able to stay calm and steady in any situation, you will naturally become more attractive. Women are often attracted to men who know how to master themselves, who know how to face difficulties without appearing confused or losing control. This is a manifestation of true strength, without flowery words, but clearly shown through actions and attitude. But inner strength and the ability to stand firm are not enough to win her heart. More important is the ability to connect emotionally deeply. You need to learn to listen not only with your ears, but with your whole heart. This means you have to be willing to let her share her emotions, joys, and sorrows, and you respond with understanding and empathy. Practicing listening like a therapist is a specific example. It's no coincidence that men who can deeply connect with women are always good listeners. They know when to be silent to let her express herself, when to encourage her to share more, and when to offer comfort or suggestions. A practical example to illustrate this is the story of Ken and Chris. Ken is a kind man, caring towards his friends, and always ready to help Lily, his colleague. But that care only stops at a superficial level, and Ken could never truly touch Lily's heart because he doesn't know how to evoke her emotions. In contrast, Chris, another colleague, created exciting and sometimes challenging moments for Lily, making her laugh, think, and sometimes even feel annoyed. It was the diverse emotional experiences that Chris brought that made Lily feel attracted, and that made all the difference. Stoic philosophy teaches us not to focus too much on controlling what doesn't belong to us, such as the emotions of others. Instead, we should focus on self-control and mastering our own emotions. When you stand your ground, are not afraid of rejection, and do not need validation from others, you become stronger in the eyes of women. This confidence and calmness, combined with the ability to connect emotionally, will make you the type of man she truly desires. In conclusion, to capture a woman's heart, you need to be a man who is both strong and capable of deep emotional connection. This requires not only steadfastness and self-mastery, as Stoic philosophy emphasizes, but also requires you to know how to create and maintain a genuine connection. Apply Stoic philosophy to the relationship, evoke emotions subtly, and build a relationship that is both safe and challenging. Be a man who can listen, understand, and connect on a deeper level. That is the key to escaping superficial relationships and becoming the one she truly wants to be with. You can absolutely start today by listening more, understanding more deeply, and creating genuine emotional connections in every conversation.